Hello everyone, welcome to Chasing a Murderer Talking News. Today we're doing a Talking News segment. So before we get started, please take a moment to subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell if you would like notifications whenever we have new uploads. Please, if you want to help this channel out and you like the work that I do, definitely push the subscribe button, comment, and like. And if you would like, you can donate to my Patreon page at Chasing a Murderer. Today, I wanted to go over a story about a woman out of South Carolina, Deidre Reid. I was able to collect a little bit of information on her. What we're hearing is Miss Reid's family had actually seen her last at 112 East Turner Street in Pageland, South Carolina. That was on September 3rd of 2021. She was at the Greyhound bus station. She was driving a 2004 Chevy Tahoe with the South Carolina plates FXU 718. The vehicle also has a New York Giants tag on the front of the vehicle. Deidre, she's only 41 years old, and she was last seen wearing gray sweatpants, a light pink and white shirt. She was also wearing white Air Force One shoes. Her family is desperate and need the public's help to give any kind of answers, share any kind of tips that they can come up with. It's now just a little over 2 months and they still have no answers as to where Deidre is. So let's start with the very beginning of the timeline. So September 3rd, she was headed to the Greyhound station in Charlotte, North Carolina. So a lot of these stories kind of contradict one another. One says that she was there to drop the father of her children off. So not really certain what's going on with that, guys. I'll continue to look into this and get the complete story. So this guy, we know, is the father of her children. His name is Emmanuel Bedford. And police know something that we don't, but also they were able to pull up surveillance video, which we're fixing to go over, that Deidre's brother talks about. So the police department actually on October 8th had pulled up a warrant for his arrest for grand larceny and obstructing justice because Emmanuel was not giving them any information as to where Deidre was. Around October 11th, Emmanuel was arrested, and Deidre's sister says they are hoping that Emmanuel will tell them where her sister is, whether it be good or bad. For Deidre's children, it's like a nightmare, says their uncle. Here's a small video clip.
Emmanuel Bedford is in custody.
Put our mind not at ease, knowing that Deidre's not nowhere to be found.
They have more hope now that Bedford will lead investigators to Deidre. Right now, they say he's not giving them anything.
I just hope that Emmanuel will tell us where she at, whether it's good or bad. We just want to know where she at.
I hate that he did this to my sister, got her missing. Everybody makes mistakes, but he got to face the music.
So right now, police do consider him a person of interest. And her family is just wanting him to tell them where she is so that they can get some type of closure. Deidre's brother also says that the kids are really suffering. They're having nightmares. They're just not dealing very well.
He dreams about his dad standing over him. He just petrified right now. He just don't understand why would somebody that say they love him would take their mother away. You don't have to do it for me. You don't have to do it for my siblings. Do it for your son. You owe your son that. Give your son closure.
Absolutely. So the kids are petrified. That is heartbreaking to hear that the children are suffering like this and that they're having to worry that their father is standing over them and might even hurt them. And I'm really heartbroken that this story isn't bigger, but you know, there's so many stories out there and it really depends on the algorithm and what they're pushing, and most times the media is pushing junk news, TikTok news, while news that needs to be pushed sits in limbo in the internet somewhere, waiting to be seen but can't be found. Deidre is still missing. The father of her children behind bars, but still no answers. The family left to wonder what happened to their relative. The children wondering what happened to their mother. Motherless, fatherless, and scared to death. So the child's father was arrested in Georgia. And there is something interesting I forgot to mention. Deidre's brother said he was able to review some security footage of when she took him to this bus station. So let's kind of go over that quickly. Before we do, this guy, Deidre's brother, is upset because I guess when she went missing, it's the same time that the Gabby Petito story took off. And this is something that was going play by play, that had a lot going on. And so when something's put in the news, that takes precedence over anything new that comes out. I know I search all the time. This is not a racist thing. This is not, well, it is kind of popular because it keeps coming out. The problem is, I've done these stories for years now. And once something takes someone's interest, it takes over the internet. And that's what people talk about. And what it does is it kind of erases everything else. So it's not intentional. And for people to be mad because one story's getting more attention than the other, and not to be happy that a story is getting attention at all, well, that's why I'm here, is to try to push these little stories and to remind people that there are other stories out there. It's just the way life is. People take interest in certain things, and it has nothing to do with whether you're white, black, green, yellow. It doesn't matter. It has to do with interest. So for me, the Gabby Petito story was, well, a lot of young people like that. And let me tell you, young people run the internet. That's just all there is to it. Everything. Your advertisements, everything runs around young people. I think the Lori Vallow case has a lot more interest compared to all the cases put together, but the Gabby Petito even went over that. So TikTok is very popular among the young people. So whatever story goes through TikTok and gets to the right person attached to TikTok, it's going to just go all over the place. This is the sad truth. Most people who watch true crime videos are not really even interested in finding them as they are as how dramatized the story is. So it depends on how much is going on with that story. And I know these families, they're in crisis. They're desperate for anybody to help. And I wish, just like they do, that people did have time to do nothing but care about their lost loved ones. But it's very hard, especially with how many that are coming out right now. There's just one after another. That being said, the only thing that we can do is try our best to remind people about these stories. That's what I do with Jasmine Robinson, Kiera Coles, because as soon as a new story comes out, those stories are forgotten. But anyway, so Deidre's brother said that he did surveillance video footage, and he sees this guy, the father of his nephew, his sister's, well, I don't know how to address that, but it's the father of Deidre's children, go into this place, and he believes that it appears that the guy is trying to get a refund for his bus ticket. He shows the staff member his phone, and he really doesn't share any more details other than that. This family is upset that no one is really taking this case serious enough and helping them. They need your help to find Deidre. It's over 2 months and no one has answers. So please share her face, share her story, especially if you're in the North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia area. Maybe, just maybe, somebody might know something that can help this family, because what they want is closure. They want to find out where she's at. They want to know if she's okay or if she's not okay. And one thing's for certain, are the children of Deidre are suffering the most. So hopefully the dad will come forward if he has anything to do with this. He knows where she's at, and he just come clean. Give this family the closure they're looking for. They deserve it. And I want to remind you, this is a good time to try again. Once one of those popular stories are cooling down, if you have a story and you're desperate, try again. Get media or journalists to pay attention and to try again. The internet is the main source that everybody gets their information, and once it's saturated with something, it takes a while for that to die down. You have to keep trying because they are looking for these kind of stories. You just got to know how to keep trying. So as always, I want you to take a look at these guys. They're still missing. Kiera Coles, Jasmine Robinson, Wells, Monkey, Dulce, Aisha, Suzanne. So many, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for caring. And I'll see you guys soon.